Okay. Hello, dear friends. Good evening. Such a beautiful, beautiful evening. So this video is a voiceover, and the voiceover has nothing to do with what I am doing. You see the image. So the image, the video is when I do some tea-stained paper. And I was just practicing how to make tea-stained paper and how to improve it. And I made some quite strong tea, which is actually pu'er tea. It's very strong. And I put color on it. I put the tea on the paper uniformly. It's actually not good. So later on I improved. I put water on the paper. So the paper is white. And then I drop some of the tea. So there is a texture of it. And the color has a variation, which is so much better. Anyway, so I have produced about 50 to 100 pieces of this tea-stained paper. They are on my Etsy shop. Just a little bit advertisement of it. And I feel this is a very worthy exercise so that I can practice, I can understand my students' joy, frustration when they do the watercolor, they play around with color. It's a lot of fun to play around with water, with paper, and if you can make it into something useful, which is even more rewarding. It's not just having fun. There is a purpose of that fun that make it interesting. So you will see the video footage of it. And I want to tell you a story. So these couple of days I go to library very often and borrowed some books. And recently I borrowed several Greek mythology books. Beautiful books. Wonderful. Very good. So here is the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus was a little boy. And when he was a little boy, he received a gift from Apollo. And this gift is a lyre. A lyre is kind of a U-shaped or vase-shaped, this kind of U-shaped a music instrument with a string on it. It's an ancient music instrument. So Orpheus, when he was a little boy, he received this favor from Apollo, the sun god, the god of sun. And the nine muses, the muse of music, muse of beauty, muse of poetry, muse of literature, muse of mathematics, muse of storytelling, muse of blah, 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 muse of loser unboxing, muse of tedious stuff, muse of bore to death, muse of, I think I'm over 9 already. So the 9 muses give the spirit of art and poetry, Chinese calligraphy, painting, all these things. And they taught Orpheus how to play this music instrument. And Orpheus fell in love with music. Oh, this is the most beautiful thing in this world. It's so expressive. He sat in the forest hours after hours days after days and practiced on end. He practiced with his lyre. I kind of understand because when I was young, I saved my money, my breakfast money, and I bought a violin, and I played it, and my finger hurts, and I still love it. And then another time when I was young, guitar was just so cool stuff, so I played it. Still, I cannot really play any music out of it, but I can understand the joy, the addiction, the fascination of it. So very soon, Orpheus played so well that he can create his own songs. He can use the music to express himself, and all his songs was poetry, better than poetry. It's just so, how can I say it? Now I listen to some old musics and they are so very beautiful. I fell in love. I almost cannot move, and just to listen to it, it feels that it takes all your heart, all your soul, and it said exactly in your heart. Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. Anyway, so he played the music so well, and all the animals, the deers, the horse, the monkey, the rabbit, and the lizard, and the lion, everything stopped. Listen to him, because it's just so beautiful. It touches heart of every human being, every god, every animal, every living thing, and even the trees grows better. The flower is more blossom, more beautiful. The tree is more breathing, more tall and strong and handsome, and the rocks are more solid. Anyway, I am lost of words. Yeah. So he was just so very good, so very good. And all the animal, snakes and everything stay there. So when Orpheus, he was still young, when he grew up, he took part in a great adventure called the quest for the golden fleece. Soon after he returned, and he fell in love. So he played the music, and then he went on for adventure, and he gained a lot of experience, a lot of knowledge, and a lot of heart, a lot of sympathy, empathy. It's just becoming a much more fuller person, and he's growing older also, growing to be a young man, a very charming young man. Music itself is the most charming media. So so Orpheus fell in love. Who did he fell in love to? Here is the story. So in the forest there was a young lady, and her name is Eurydice. She was very kind, very tender, and she was just such a beautiful lady. Kind, beautiful, it's perfect. So Eurydice knows every single song, every single lyric, every single rhythm, music that Orpheus played. She knows everything by heart. Isn't it true? You go to concert, you go to the mosh pit, and all the young ladies, they know every single song, every single lyric of the singer's song, right? We know it because they touch our heart. So Eurydice met with Orpheus, and she just sing the song, and she was absolutely attracted by Orpheus, and Orpheus returned her the same love. And they sing together, they play together. They are the happiest pair of person in the world. So they get wedded because they love each other so much. They cannot live separately. And every day they are together, they sing together, they walk together, they make music together. Life is good. Yeah. Flower, blossom, and no song. It's just perfect. Life is too good. So they decide to get married, and they did. And the day of their marriage, Apollo, the god, the son of God, came, and the muses came, muse of poetry, of beauty, of blah blah blah, of loser unboxing, of mathematics, of painting, of calligraphy, of cooking, of outfit of the day, of makeup, of tourist at home. All the muses came. Yeah, and they started to celebrate, and then they lighted some torch, because when we celebrate, we have firework. At that time, there was no gunpowder, there was no firework, and Greek mythology was quite separated from Chinese mythology, right? And gunpowder was created by China, and so Greek they did not have gunpowder at that time, so there was no firework, but they can turn on some fire, right? And Prometheus has already stolen the fire from Mount Olympus and give to the people, so they can play with fire. So they lighted some torch, and the torch started to smoke, start to fire, but before they have a fire, it was smoke. And the smoke was so strong and so smoky that people attended got smoked. I mean, got bothered, got their eyes irritated, and started to cry, started to tear, and tear drop, because the eye becomes sore, right, with the smoke, and started to cry. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, 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 that's not good. That's not good. According to Greek mythology, at wedding, if someone cry, that's a very bad thing. That's a very bad curse. Well, in other country, in other culture, it's not the same. In China, we have a habit. You have to cry. The bride had to cry. Have to cry. If you do not cry, it means you are happy to live. You have no feeling for your family, right? You have to cry. The bride cry is one of the ceremony, one of the procedure in wedding. Okay, in Greek mythology is different. So people start cry, and that was a bad sign, a bad curse. And a few days later, this bad curse turned into a real disaster. One day, Eurydice was walking through the forest, and she was walking, she was looking at the sky, at the fall leaf, at the sunset, and listening to the bird, and let the breeze touching her face, gently touching her face. She was happy. She was thinking about her husband, Orpheus, and she was just walking and happily singing. A snake bite her foot. Bite. A snake bit her foot. And she was so pain. And she was almost dead. And she fell down on a pile of leaves. So she was just thinking about, oh, my dear husband, do not let me die. Heaven, do not let me die. I want to be with him. I want to live with him. I want to live with him for the rest of my life, day and night, every day, every single moment, every single second. She was murmuring, and at the same time, the poison start to raise, and become. She got intoxicated with the poison, and she died. The best love, the best, most beautiful, newlywed life came to an end. And Orpheus did not see her wife coming back, her beautiful bride not coming back one day. He went all over to look for her. At the end, he found her lifeless body. He was completely heartbroken. So he decided, no, I will bring her, come back to life. I cannot let her die. I need to live with her day and night, every single day. So Orpheus decided to join to save her. But this time, Eurydice already, her spirit already left the world and went down to the underworld. The underworld, which is controlled by Hades and his wife Persephone, right? This story we know, right? Okay, so Orpheus decide, I need to talk with Hades. He is the god of underworld. He has power. He can return me. He can return my bread, my bride. He can took my bride from the underworld and bring me back to life. So Orpheus journeyed to the underworld, and he went to the river of Styx. The Styx, in the underworld, there is a river. The river is called Styx. And if you pass through, so he went to the underworld, and there was a river, and this river has no bridge to go through. You need to have a ferryman to take you from a boat to go to the underworld. And the ferryman, his name is Sharon, and he need to get some money and get $1 of money and take him to the underworld. And on the riverbank there is a 3-headed dog, Cerberus, and Cerberus did not want him to go because a crowd to him, because he was not dead, right? Orpheus was not dead. He cannot go to the underworld. And the Sharon, the ferryman, did not take him because you are a living person. You cannot go to the underworld. So Orpheus, he was not afraid. He took his lyre and began to play. And because he knew he had superpower, and this superpower is his music. So he started to play music, and he started playing music was so beautiful, so nostalgic, so melancholic, so sad, so heartbroken. And Sharon, the ferryman, and the Cerberus was completely taken by his songs, and they forgot to guard the gate, to guard the river. And he went through, and he went to the underworld. Orpheus, just by singing, overcame every obstacle. He went to the underworld. He could meet with the god of underworld, Hades. Okay, so here is a little bit of advertisement. I need to drink some water. So a little bit advertisement of my own self. This video is sponsored by Yanghaiying myself. No. If you want to listen to these kind of stories and support me, you can click on the video description. There are my PayPal, and I put my video on podcast, and also my Etsy shop have different kind of things. All this supports me and encourage me, or just to write a comment so that I know you are listening to it. And if you do not write, it's okay. I enjoy doing this. Okay, come back to the story. So he went to the underworld because he's singing so well. So he went to the underworld. He talked to the god of underworld, Hades. He said, my wife was in your hand in the underworld. I want to bring her back to life. I need to live with her. Otherwise, there's no point. I'm still alive. You can either give me her life back to life, that I take Eurydice back, or I live here because I cannot separate with her. Live or die. You give me a word, okay? Give me a word. And Hades said, no, I cannot do this. Rule is rule. in my underworld, there is a rule. You are alive, you are a living person, you go back. And only when people died, come to my place. Eurydice, Orpheus, was sad. Tears run down his face. A wave of sadness, nostalgia, love, passion came to him. The poetry, the music, he started to sing. Oh, I love you. Oh, my love, my darling, I hunger for your touch. So he was singing so heartbrokenly. Persephone was crying like a baby, the wife of Hades, crying like a baby. He thought about her own life. He thought about the love. And this is such a pure, beautiful love. And Persephone said, no, your rule is not a fixed rule, Hades, my dear husband. You know, I can come to underworld. And every spring, I got to go back to see my mom. So you see, there is not a fixed rule. Hades was also not only touched by the song, but also by his wife, everything. Yeah, it's just, music is so powerful. And he still had a human heart. He still have heart and compassion. So he said, okay, I make an exception. You go to the underworld, and you go to the underworld, and I will bring Eurydice, follow you, but you do not look at her. At that point, you start to go back. You go back to the river Styx, cross the river Styx, and say bye-bye to Cerberus, the three-headed dog, and you go back. And when you finish, cross the river Styx and come up to the living world. Only until that time you can look back at your wife, Eurydice. Before that, before you came out of the underworld, you look back, you know what is going to happen. You will go to the underworld with your wife forever. You will never come back. So I warn you, never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, ever, never look back. Trust me. Trust love. Believe in me. Have faith on me. I am not cheating you. You have to listen to me, to believe what I am saying. You have to believe that this is the only solution. You believe you love your beautiful wife, and you believe your wife is following you. Bon d'accord. Orpheus was so eager to take her wife back to life. He said, yes, I will do this. I trust you. I believe you. So he went to the underworld and started to walk. He did not hear anything. He did not look at anything. He did not look back because he knew that his beautiful wife, his bride, is with him. He had this confidence. He believed in the love he had. He believed in the power of music, in the power of his talent. He is an attractive person, and his wife will definitely follow him. They have this love, they have this bond. So he walked. He passed the river Styx. He waved bye-bye to the three-headed dog Cerberus, and he was going to the riverbank, and he was one step on the riverbank. One more step, he will be completely out of the underworld and going to the living world. He was just half step about to reach his bright sunshine world. He had a hesitation. He doubted. He could not hold himself anymore. I am already there. I need to see if my wife is following me. I need to see my bride. How about Heidi just saying, and I have never seen my bride? How about he's just saying, he's not meaning it? How can I trust him? He had taken Persephone to the underworld. Is he a person to be trusted? So he started to have doubt, and he looked back. He saw his beautiful bride, Eurydice, went down and down and down and down and down, and went to the underworld. He's stopped. He's lost of faith. Took the only hope away. His bride went to the underworld forever and ever and ever. So Orpheus did not save his bride. He did not bring his bride to life. He was very, very sad. He went to the deepest of the forest and started to sing with his lyre and the song. The songs were so very sad. A group of forest maiden, wild maiden, listened to it, heard his song, and found this most handsome, most charming young man. And they wanted to befriend with Orpheus. Orpheus has no heart for anyone but his bride. He did not follow these wild maidens, and those maidens got really, really wild and killed Orpheus. Orpheus was teared to pieces. He died. He is dead. He went to the underworld. And only his lyre was floating in a river in the deep forest. One day, Apollo, the sun god, passed by the forest with his sun chariot. Apollo saw the lyre, and he thought about the nice young little boy, Orpheus. He saw the lyre. He gave to Orpheus. He was very sad. He took up from the water, threw it to the sky. In the sky, there is this most charming musical star constellation, Orpheus. Every day, in the night, when you listen to the music, when you heard a charming song, happy or sad, whatever, it is the music played by Orpheus and Eurydice. They are playing together in the underworld, but their music are in heaven. Music are always the most charming, most powerful, because there is so deep, true love, heartbroken, passion. And all this in it. Listen to the sound in heaven. Listen to the music in heaven. They are the sound of Orpheus and Eurydice, their loving song, their story, singing in heaven. Bye-bye, friends. I love you. I really do. Do.